Hi, this is a demo of the beta, the CruzuApp for winemakers. So the first thing you want to do is sign up by clicking the green button, enter your info. On the profile page, what you want to do is let it know you're a winemaker by flicking that switch. Most of the fields are pretty self-explanatory. The one that needs a little bit of explanation is products, which are really mostly your wines. So if you click that, so again, you get a little bit of help when you start. What we want to do here is enter information about the wine. So we're going to say this is a 2010. We're going to pretend like it's a silver, oak, Napa, Valley wine. So we're going to say this is a Napa cab. And then specify an image. So here we actually have a label I downloaded. We're going to make this thing right here. That's a little weird. Let's try that again. And we're going to make it really big. So a little bit better. Okay, your purchase URL is if you want to point people to your website, you would put them there. Wine Searcher is if you want them to be able to look up where to buy your product in Wine Searcher, you would put in your Wine Searcher term here. And so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to say, hey, this is the 2010 Silver Oak Napa Valley. List price we wanted. Producer name, we didn't enter that before, but obviously this is Silver Oak. And then there's the featured and create group. So featured basically says, is this active? Create group, you don't really need to know about right now, but I'll tell you about it later. Okay, so now we've created our first wine. Offers you don't need to worry about right now. Then here you'd specify the rest of the information about your winery and yourself. Okay, once we've got our information in, we'll press done. The next thing you can do is to follow people. So we're just going to follow the first people. And this is how people would find you as well. Okay, once you've followed them, you'll start to see all of their content. So in this case, you'll see basically this is a stream of the people you followed. Associated with each of their content is either a project, which we didn't enter before, but this is if you have a project on Cruzu, you would click that to be able to see that information. Let's say that we're out in the vineyard and we wanted to take a picture, and so or a video. So we're going to shoot a video. We're going to do it of my keyboard. So we press the red button, and you can see when you let go, it stops. Press it again, it continues. You can swap the camera and so on. So let's go ahead and use that exciting video. It uploads it to the Cruzu server, and then allows us to enter a caption for it. So this is my first video. Let's go ahead and publish. Okay, so what you'll see is that we have published our first video. If we hit the button, super exciting. And one thing you'll notice here is attached to this item is a little bottle. And if you click on that bottle, that pulls up basically information from Wine Searcher about where people can buy that wine. And it uses whatever country they're in to try to find the best deal for that wine, and then shows them other related, other places they can buy the wine as well. And I'm going to do that right now, but check out the top of the screen, and what you'll see is this is what you would see when somebody else clicks on this. You'll see here it basically says, Michael from Napa just checked out your 2010 at a particular wine store. So what that tells you is somebody saw your content, clicked on that green icon, came to the screen, and then clicked on the buy link to bring them out here. So you don't necessarily know whether they bought it, but you certainly know whether they've traveled all the way out here, which is kind of interesting. Okay, that's the basics of how you use Cruzu. You can also message people. This basically works like your standard messenger. And you know how this works. You can attach video, images, and so on. You can do group messaging as well. If you have a Cruzu project, you'll see in this case, every post you have has a link to it. So this brings people to information about your project, as well as all the content that you've created around it. If they want to see the full details for the project, they just click on, and then that brings them to a page where they can basically see the video, the project description. They can make pledges, basically just to do on the existing Cruzu website, but all within the app. So that's the basics of kind of this beta release. Again, this is very, very early. The goal here is to try to create an environment where we can communicate with community, build up a community, and then we'll start to add more and more commerce features so that you can actually offer your own wines for sale, do flash sales, and so on within the environment. Thank you.